So this video is going to be a bit different. Today I'm going to give my opinions on controversial topics. Now I am pretty much stealing this idea from a YouTuber called Jackmate, so go and watch his video. Are you serious? I've just decided to start filming and somebody's decided to clatter their car with a sledgehammer and make their alarm go off. Thanks, bruv. First of all, I just want to say that I hope this video doesn't offend anyone. These are just my opinions. You know, they're probably going to change as well. I hope nothing that I say now is going to come back to bite me in like 5 years' time. But what I'm getting at is these are the opinions of 16-year-old me and probably going to change down the track. So when I'm 20, please don't verbally abuse me. Thanks. Also, feel free to comment all of your opinions on these topics. Just be civil. Say whatever you want, but just be civil, okay? That's all I'm asking for. But anyway, let's get into it.
We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built.
May as well get them out of the way first. And, you know, I know a bit about American politics. I know, like, a fair amount. It's not heaps, though. So don't verbally abuse me, because I'm hardly, like, the most informed person on the planet when it comes to this. He should never have been elected in the first place. That's my only way of summarizing it. So, America, that's your own fucking fault. He's done loads of things that a lot of people hate. He's done loads of things that people think are really stupid, and for a lot of it, it's justified, but you voted him in. But basically, I just don't think he's the right man for the job, alright? And I can understand if you think another candidate wouldn't have done too much better, but at least they would have had a better idea of what they were doing. Like, Will Smith's a great actor, but if I put him up front for Real Madrid, don't think he's gonna score many goals. They probably should have gone with somebody with a bit more experience, like Kanye West.
Whoopie-dee-scoop. Scoop-dee-dee-whoop. Whoop-dee-scoop-dee-poop.
He's a great rapper, okay, maybe even in my top 5. However, maybe he should think a little bit more about the way he carries himself. Now, what I mean by that is when he made those comments a few months ago, you know, if he wanted to open up the conversation about slavery perhaps being something that black people did to themselves and chose to do.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
If he'd have done it in a better manner and just sort of subtly pushed the idea forward, I think there would have at least been a portion of people that were okay with that. But instead, he just went on TMZ and was like, hey, you know that slavery thing? That sounds like a choice. I'm all for it. Yeah. I said that quietly because I don't want my Catholic school teacher showing up at my door being like, what did you just say?
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, alright? I think everyone should just accept that. I don't know why it's such a big deal. I think some elements of some religions are a bit dated and need to be sort of updated and looked past. But apart from that, I don't really care what you believe. I don't know why anybody cares what you believe.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody.
Nothing at all wrong with the ideas. In fact, I would go as far to say as I agree with pretty much all the ideas behind feminism. However, and stay with me on this one, I have my doubts on whether screaming and rioting in the streets is a good way of changing people's minds. I don't think Sean, who sits on his front porch in the middle of the country waving his Confederate flag around with his wife in the kitchen constantly making him cook food for him, is gonna be like, oh yeah, you're screaming and shouting with your tops off. Now I believe you. You must be right. You've got to show that you're more civil than the people that you're trying to change, and feminists don't really do that, or at least most of them. I know some of them are fine, but most of them. So until that day, I don't really identify as one, but I'm all for it changing, if you know what I mean.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
I say just legalize it and fuck it. Thinking about it, I don't really know how ISIS can be considered a controversial topic. Surely we all feel the same way about ISIS. They're not good. It's not good. It's wrong. However, I think we kind of hold ISIS a little bit too close to Islam. A lot of them, especially my age, think of them as kind of the same thing. And fair enough, there are overlaps. There are, you know, one plays into the other. That can be clear. It's a small portion, but that's definitely there. But just imagine if people classed all white people as school shooters just because of the few that we've created. That would be ridiculous. I'm not one. I'm not.
The thing goes.
For any of my non-Australian viewers, which is actually a growing amount at the moment, we don't have guns here, and there's been like no shootings. As far as I'm concerned, there's been no mass shootings for a very long time. But no matter what way you see it, in terms of the school shooting argument, no psychopath would walk into a school with a knife and do anywhere near as much damage. If someone walked into my school with a knife, they'd be the first one to die. You think a knife is gonna stop the 6'4" bearded pubic monster? Wrong.
If that she a Fifi, honey, Kiki, she eat my dick like it's free. free.
Now, I know a lot of people don't like this guy. I'm aware of the allegations against him, and I'm aware that there's a fair amount of evidence to say that they're true. However, and I'm being perfectly honest here, nothing pumps me up as much as 6ix9ine's music does. Is he as good as the lyricists from the 90s? No. Is he as good as some of the best lyricists from today? No. But there's something about the way that that guy screams that just gets me motivated.
Say hi to Slappy, everybody.
Has he said loads and loads and loads of things that he probably shouldn't have said? Yes. However, he's one of the only YouTubers that has genuinely taken responsibility for his mistakes and handled it with maturity, and I can't help but respect him for that. But let's also not forget that this guy's pretty much the king of YouTube and the reason that a lot of people have jobs. So you can't really shit on him. I will say though, I hope you enjoy being the most subscribed channel on YouTube while you still are, because I'm coming for you, mate. Alright, so this is definitely a touchy subject because he has only recently passed away. It's only just over a month, but I am going to talk about it because I do have some feelings on it. As far as X's music goes, I like most of it. He's actually quite good lyrically, even though he screams in a lot of his songs. He's actually really good with lyrics. I think my favorite song that he did was Infinite with Joey Badass.
Murder these flows like I murder these hoe ass niggas. What the fuck is your energy, bro?
But when X passed, a lot of people were really upset, and that's understandable. However, some people, mainly on Twitter, decided to jump on the guy and just point out all of his mistakes and the things that he did wrong. Now, I can understand if you're not fazed by somebody's death and not upset about it at all, but at least keep that to yourself and let the people who are upset about it grieve and, you know, think about them. However, when you read one fucking article that some randoms tweeted and then instantly come to the conclusion that this guy was an asshole when you previously had no idea who he was, that's wrong. That's just morally, that pisses me off. Now, fair enough, the information that's in those articles is bloody horrible. Like, I really hope that it's not true, and I'm pretty sure the girl involved actually said that it wasn't true. Now, we don't actually know, but either way, you shouldn't jump on somebody's back like that after they've just died, okay? Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Feel free to comment down below on these topics, but again, be civil, alright? But let's be nice to one another. Make sure you leave a like, because it really helps me out, and subscribe, you lazy prick. And while you're down there, share the video around, because that also helps me out. That's all from me, and I'll see you all very soon.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid. Got a plan and now I gotta hatch it like a damn Apache with a tomahawk. I'ma walk inside a mosque on Ramadan and say a prayer that every time